If you're really burnt out, you could just attend one major, win that, and the amount of points that will be available will be equal to 5 minors. So if you're good enough, you won't get burnt out. But
okay, good point.
What about you, Winter? What do you think?
Our draft is underway, so hold those thoughts. We'll get a chance to dip into that. In fact, why don't no? Go ahead. I mean, the draft's in an early stage, and there's only a couple of men, so yeah, that's fine. What are your thoughts on the burnout issue?
I think I prefer that teams actually pick. It's up to you which event do you want, and like Ben mentioned, you try to focus on the majors. But then again, there are a lot of like even though not tier 2 teams, but the newer tier 1 teams, they still want practice as 5 players. You know, they want as much as they can. They try to attend as much as possible, but you try not to attend too much. It's definitely gonna be bad for you.
Yeah,
just enough.
Do you think the issue isn't as much as attending lots of events? It's also the fact you've got to qualify for a lot of these events as well, because that hasn't really been talked about too much. But you know, the last month or so, I've watched so much Dota, and sometimes I'm actually like, what's this qualifying for? I'm watching now. I thought they'd already qualified. You know, there's so much on there. Anyway, we'll talk about these discussions a little bit later on, and plenty of them to come. Do keep those questions coming. We're into our draft for game number 2. There have been a few bans so far. What do you make of that, Ben?
Do we see the Wisp ban at game number 1?
Yeah.
The puck was huge for Immortals. I really do want to stress how big the puck was. Like, and you like normally you pick a mid laner like I'm worried about him a little bit, but puck also had that 420 GPM talent for quite a long time, and he scaled really well, worked well with the Pugna. Seems to be very scary.
So are they gonna pick the NS here? That's the question. After what happened first
well,
game,
Chen didn't get banned too.
Yeah.
So maybe they're thinking about taking Chen, giving away NS. Is that worth? Maybe you take NS and you think you can get Chen?
NS is NS though. For me, I would prefer NS, but Puppy likes his Chen and he's a really good Chen player.
He also likes his Bane as well, which has been his most played in this patch.
Yeah, because Chen is always banned against him.
Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
What, 90% win rate at Star Ladder, right?
Yep, 90.91. Only lost 1 game at Star Ladder.
Immortals stands to reason that they should take Night Stalker.
Yeah, I think Night Stalker worked well for them, and why not? And Venom is banned. I think Venom is by far the hero that annoys Night Stalker the most.
Ugh. Venom. Ace is Venom too.
You don't seem to like Venom. I understand you.
Yeah. He's been the victim of Venom far too often in games.
So they stick to what worked for them, Pugna.
Yep. And it was a good Pugna, wasn't it? MVP for performance for Forever in game number 1.
Oh, they switched things up. They go for the Wyvern. Not sure why though. Like I was kind of expecting the Pugna NS. Felt it was much more solid. It could actually be because they are I think this makes sense. They are actually expecting a Chen, and then Night Stalker is not good against Chen. So you want heroes that have a lot of wave clear, and Wyvern actually has that wave clear against Chen.
That's very smart.
Yeah, that actually might be the top process.
Some next level stuff. Nice one, Dubu.
So Secret actually gets the Chen right now with the Earth Spirit, so they're gonna have a lot of like early game roam pressuring mid, and we'll see what Immortals do to try and counteract this. We've seen teams like they go for Prophet, Spirit Breaker. Prophet probably not so possible here because they're gonna very likely run the Pugna as a offlaner, position 3. Because basically the idea of picking Prophet against an aggressive team that ganks mid a lot is that you can actually help your mid laner with the TP in. And Spirit Breaker, of course, you charge in as well. Like your play is centered around helping the mid lane. So they take out the Bat Rider. Bat Rider is a hero that's very good against Pugna because in the last game if you're Secret you wanna isolate the Pugna first, but they couldn't. And Bat Rider is the kind of hero that can actually do that. The other one that could do it is Clockwork, but I don't think Secret will pick that now. Those are two of probably the best heroes against Pugna and Nyx, which are all banned out as well. And Secret takes out the Lifestealer.
One of the best anti-Chen heroes,
yeah,
but not,
I guess so, but it's
not great versus ES, I don't think.
It's okay. I guess you can. It dies to ES, but most of the carries you will want to build a BKB against Earth Spirit. They ban out the Prophet, so they are really worried about this. You know, like I mentioned, the Earth Spirit Chen ganking mid, and Prophet TPing into mid, so the mid tower drops really early on. Like Secret is building a draft around the mid lane now. They're gonna focus a lot of play in helping mid 1 this game. get him a really good start. And obviously putting enough pressure that will allow the other lanes to do well too. So they finally take out the Night Stalker. I'm still really worried about that, what happened in the first game. So it seems like Immortals are going to be heading to a direction where they're going to have heroes that deal with Chen well. Like carries that deal with Chen well is like Mirana. Mirana is still in the pool.
Clinks too.
Yeah, Clinks. I kind of like Mirana a bit more because Mirana is stronger early. It's harder for the Chen to actually gank you. Clinks dies to the Chen early, so that's the Spirit Breaker. So
yep,
like I thought,
taking that away.
They're gonna play around the mid a lot. A lot of action is gonna be in the mid lane. You're gonna keep your cameras on there this game. So where Secret sees that SB lineup, SB pick up by Immortals, they'll have to probably try and pick up Fata, a hero that's very strong in the lane, so they can actually, once the fight happens in mid lane, everyone is in mid, 6 heroes mid, the off laner can actually hold his lane and pressure the carry. Doom actually still fits the criteria, but I'm not sure if they want to go back for that right now.
Wasn't the most convincing performance from Fata this time round, was it?
He played a lot of Puck, Doom. He played one game of Underlord at Star Ladder. I mean, it's a hero that I would say fits him. It holds his lane. It's a pretty good hero that farms well, like off-laner that scales.
Yep, he's played 9 different heroes since he joined Secret, amongst them Nature's Prophet, Puck, Doom, Pugna, Necro, LC, Enchantress, Queen of Pain, Batrider and Underlord, yeah.
So they go for Ember Spirit, one of the classics of mid 1. Probably his best hero.
Yep.
It's really good against like a Spirit Breaker. Very hard for Spirit Breaker to gank him because of the chains. I think just overall good with their heroes. They have good team fight and Chen with the push right now. And it's also at the point where the third pick is usually you want to pick a hero that doesn't really reveal too much before you get information, because you want the enemy to pick another hero so that you can actually plan your draft ahead. So you pick the hero that is least important in your draft so that you allow other roles that you are planning to counter pick the enemy. Like this pick is really difficult for Secret here to pick like the Ember right out. Like usually you see teams like just go for the offlaner, solid offlaner. But it seems like they have other ideas for Fata now and saving his hero for later.
So what do Immortals want to go with now to deal with this Ember? And deal with Chen?
They don't have good lockdown for Ember. I think they probably start from there. The heroes are not good against Ember. Okay, this hero is okay against Ember. And he fights very well. Because if you think about what the game is going to how the game is going to pan out right now, is there's going to be a lot of fighting in the mid lane. So when there's a lot of fighting, heroes are low HP, Bloodseeker will be strong in the lane because he gets a lot of damage.
Who takes that Bloodseeker, do you think? Because they both played it, haven't they? MP and QO?
Not sure though. Do you know if QO plays the hero exclusively right now, or do they still switch around?
I think they would switch around.
Yeah, it's both of their 3rd most played.
Fits both
under this patch.
Well. Yeah, but I think I would put him on the safe lane this game. I wouldn't want a Bloodseeker to be mid because there's gonna be a lot of fights happening mid. I don't want my Bloodseeker to be pressured.
You just want to be a one-on-one. He's great in one-on-one.
So I would actually put him on the safe lane. So I guess QO probably, judging by what happened the last game. I mean, obviously it could still change, you know.
Yep.
They can swap it around, but I'm just saying what's more likely to happen.
The Pugna's also a flex pick for them as well. 3 different players play it. Even Febby's played it.
Not a fan of a position 5
no.
or a position 4 Pugna.
No, but just, you know, just throwing that out there. I mean, it's another flex pick. Liquid
did it though at Starlighter, but I wasn't too big. They won, but I wasn't too big of a fan of support Pugna. I think the hero needs farm.
They're still Brood.
Yeah.
Brood, maybe not the best for Spirit Breaker, but I think he has a super easy lane versus most of the lanes that he'll be up against.
Oh, so that's the Fata hero right there.
Yep.
So it's gonna be very strong lanes right now for them. The Mist is gonna be really good against the Bloodseeker in the lane. And it's gonna allow for Chen to gank his lane as well. So because Brew itself, you have a slow to initiate. So if the Chen comes in from the side with a creep, you can start with a slow and Chen runs in, easy kill. And it gives you like good team fight. And it's a hero that can actually, in the team fights, you disable the poke now because you cyclone him, you tornado him up, and he's not going to be able to do much in the fights. And you can use your Dispel for the decrep, so it's also really good. I think in general it's a good pick against what Immortals have. Yeah.
And they don't have any ways to really prevent his ultimate. It's a big
silence.
problem.
I guess you charge in if you land the charge or the nether strike, and then you have the silence on the. But
That
not that not that
so
reliable.
far-fetched,
But possible.
but possible.
Yeah.
Maybe like Winter's Curse and a Bloodseeker Silence. That doesn't sound that bad.
That's very, very possible. So they do remove out the Brute, worrying about that annoying hero, even though Secret does not have the last pick here. I'm not sure what's best for Ace here though. He plays a lot of variety heroes, but nothing like feels that it stands out a lot here for me. They're gonna have to pick a hero that's gonna fight very well early. And it's also good against Bloodseeker, because a lot of carry heroes don't really like to go up against Bloodseeker.
Lone Druid maybe.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
one of the weird ones that he likes.
it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Lone Druid is actually quite good against these kind of heroes.
So he's also a Weaver picker.
Yeah, but Weaver's not good against
Struggles a lot.
Yep.
yeah, Seeker and Bar.
I mean, his top 5 right now are Brood, Venno, TB, AM, and Weaver.
A lot of those are bad against Bloodseeker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go outside his comfort zone
But
with something Husker.
Meepo is also not good here because of Wyvern. Okay.
Hello.
Paul!
Hello.
Paul!
Wow.
But is
What do you
Husker
know?
actually
No.
that good against Bloodseeker?
Yeah.
And Wyvern, we talked about in the last series how Infamous probably wanted to pick the Huskar, but instead they picked the Razor because
So it's gonna be a call Wyvern, and Bounty is gonna annoy the Chen, follow him around. I don't know, man. I don't know who to side here.
And MP's gone with the Pugner.
I think I'm gonna just say Immortals. I don't know about the Husker.
Yeah, MP's gone with the Pugner, by the way.
I also don't believe in the Huskar.
Really?
I don't know. I just don't think it's that great here. They have
The
Good
rest of the heroes are okay.
the rest of the heroes are pretty good.
So we've done it the same thing again, haven't we?
Yeah.
Up to the 5th pick.
Yeah.
It all
The
looked
last
fine,
game they
and
went Arc Warden and
they
we
did.
Were,
Yeah.
we were like,
Yeah. Yeah. And it was okay.
But they lost the last game.
Passable.
No.
I'll go with Immortals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both on the Immortal
Really?
train.
Okay. What? All right. Fine. So you're both Immortals. You're always immortal.
In
my
Huskar, we
eyes.
do not trust.
They just don't trust the Huskar pick. What can we say? Okay. Predictions are done. Both of them have gone for Immortals. Time to find out who our luggage-ridden duo in the commentary box want to go for. Are they on the same train? Let's find out as we head back to Fogged and Toby 1.
It is really hard not to be on the Immortals train. I'm leaning with the boys on the panel. La Huskar? Question mark.
It's an Ace Huskar, though. We said disgusting heroes.
Yeah, that is true. This is a level of disgusting.
But
But
there's a Blood Rage Pugna.
there's a Blood Rage Pugna, and there's a max movement speed probably all the time. Bloodseeker, like you're playing like against Bloodseeker with a Huskar who always likes to sit low on life to do damage.
Yeah.
So he's always going to be buffed in the fights. Like, how is this meant to work for you?
And
And you're
Wyvern-
running it without a dazzle. You're
Yeah,
running
there's
it
no
without that
save.
early pressure.
The only save is really the Chen coming into play here. And Wyvern overall versus Huskar is pretty good. Sure, Cold Embrace blocks the damage and not the Burning Spears, but the Arctic Burn is very obnoxious for a Huskar.
He gets kited. Puppy's Hand of God is going to be like on cooldown almost all the time. You at least do have some nice dispels. That's what the Brewmaster is
Whoa.
able to offer.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's a core bounty hunter.
It is actually called Bounty. We were saying
We
it
thought
was
they were
probably
going
going
to
to be
swap.
switched.
We thought it was going to be core Wyvern and the bounty was going to swap up, but
This is a PMS Tango Bounty Hunter on the offlane.
so mid Bloodseekers. Okay, maybe I change up. Maybe I do go for the Huskar if it's a core bounty. I am not a fan of core bounty hunter.
Maybe it's just space creation after, like, you get the track early on. Okay, if there's any team which you'd probably want to back to run a bounty hunter successfully, it's got to be Immortals, right? Like, the team that
gets
fights
kills,
all the
yeah.
time. Like, if you get kill after kill after kill, if this lineup, which it looks like, is just completely designed for fighting and Team Secret to die, then this could really work. But he needs the space.
Are they gonna like aggro tri-lane with the bounty or something and leave the Pugna alone? I don't know. I'm not crazy about the bounty core, and it looks like a pretty nice Ember game for mid one. There's not a crazy amount of lockdown on Immortal, so I think mid one, if anything, can go out of control this game. Maybe we're over staring at the Huskar just because the last pick Huskar. We're like Huskar. It's
like-
a Huskar lineup. Usually when you see Huskar, it's really about the Huskar, but
Yep.
mid one's got a nice game, to be honest. There's like no lockdown for him. we'll see if he's able to make anything of it. But yeah,
Team
they
Secret
are going to go aggro.
Team Secret might be a little bit annoyed about this. So they're going aggro, but they didn't kill off the Observer Ward. So Team Secret planted down the sentry, but the Observer Ward's out of range of the sentry, and it blocks up the camp too. So Team Secret don't have the pull for their safe lane, and they're going to get aggro tri-lane. So mid 1 and QO can battle up in the mid, but Dubu and Febby, they're hunting for blood. Smoke will break. They know Yapsor's up in the tree line. And once again, they go for a kill, but this time Immortals won't claim it. Yapsor rolling boulders away.
Yep, Dubu goes mid now. He's going to throw the harassment onto mid 1 whenever he gets the opportunity to. And now Puppey has spotted. He knows that there's a ward there blocking. They do have a secondary sentry on Ace.
But they don't want to commit that to there. Like it's allowing Bounty Hunter a little bit more freedom in the lane. And yeah, they actually throw the sentry in the lane. So they decide to let the camp stay blocked.
They need to prioritize Ace getting farm. They can't just let this Bounty Hunter get a free lane pretty much. But he's gonna, I mean, now it's gonna be
there's a charge coming to mid. Mid 1 kind of knows he needs to back up. Thanks to the dire Observer Ward that got placed, they can see this rotation.
Always good. Having River Wards versus Spirit Breaker is very important.
Look at the priority as well from Puppey. He wants to make sure that Forev can't stay close and get experience.
Yep.
So the Hellbearer is just trying to create more space. What about our other lane? The one lane we haven't really talked about. MP versus Fada on bottom lane. The Brew versus the Pugna.
Pugna favored, but the great thing is that Drunken Haze is a ridiculous ability. 25 mana cost, and you get a 70% slow. However, Pugna has Blast, so you should be able to force Fada out of lane eventually because of that. You should be able to out-regen him a decent amount because of the Orb of Venom harassment as well. So I'd say it's a Pugna-favored matchup, but Brewmaster should be able to farm decently the first couple waves until levels start adding up. And with rotations from Yapsor, that completely can change things up. Then they can go for dives onto the Pugna and kill him once they get those levels of clap. We do see Yapsor already making his way down.
Yeah, they were trading runes, so Febby took Dire side and Yapsor took Radiant side runes on the eastern side of the map. And now Yapsor rolling boulder forward, looking for a hit onto MP. It's still a level 1 Earth Spirit, and just shy of level 2 Spirit Breaker, so he doesn't have Bash available, but Nether Blast level 2 with Decrepify. Didn't get Decrepify off, rolling boulder away. Yapsor, the attack!
It's not enough.
From Pugna. Yeah, it won't be enough, but you've got a very buffed up Bloodseeker, and mid 1's not going to enjoy this. That's both heroes on the off lane of Team Secret low.
The courier! Puppey's trying! Oh, he almost got the courier with the Centaur.
Not going to happen. He'll turn around now.
Yeah, all you want to do with the Bloodseeker on your lineup is do that harassment, as the panel kind of mentioned, is just force damage and all the lanes possible. I think the Decrep almost might have been enough damage to actually kill Yapsor, but having him low is just dandy anyway.
It's making mid 1 very scared. It's 12-2 against 24-8 in this mid. So QO really just shredding this mid lane, and the roaming supports like Chen, Puppey is still having to focus on making sure that Forev isn't able to just farm whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, and Duba's been sitting mid. Mid 1 actually might just get dove out right now.
Yeah, this may be the first blood. He's got no way out of this one. A quick searing chains, but Dubu, Splinter Blast, it doesn't bounce up to mid 1, but it won't matter. Kyo is more than buffed enough, and Ember Spirit falls in the mid.
Heavy physical damage versus Ember Spirit is downfall in the laning phase. So, Bloodseeker are able to take advantage of that with clean rotations from Dubu. Actually, Dubu's just been basically dual laning in the mid lane.
They're trying to help out. Like the Wild Wing comes in. There's a nice Observer Ward as well down from Immortals, so they know how far they can push this, and also flag too when Puppey wants to rotate into the mid lane. A little bit more problematic for him. QO now has phase boots too, so movement speed increased again.
I think he just has to jungle on Ember Spirit entirely now. I don't think he can lane mid versus this dual lane.
So what do you do? Like, who can you send mid? It's not like you can just have Yapsor sit there. He needs to rotate and help the lanes.
It's awkward. I think mid 1 just has to wait till it goes under his tower to farm and hope to God he has vision of wherever the Bloodseeker and Wyvern come in. Yapsor bottom gets the connection onto MP. They get the clap as well. MP should
He's
be
got
down. He's got a lot of stick charges though.
Yeah, a lot of one charges available. He's got the blaster up to, but Yapsor as well as Fada, more than enough damage with the double damage.
Yeah, the DD was clutch there.
Yep. SB's going to be charging top, so Dubu has moved up towards Ace. He doesn't have level 6, there's no jump away. Triggers his level 1 in a Vitality, and now the physical damage has to do the work against Ace. Forev starts his TP back, that's 7 points of Burning Spears, and the TP won't complete. But it's still the safe laner. Going down, Huskar dead, so no experience for him for that kill.
Definitely concerning, though, that the Huskar only has 29 last hits in that top lane.
His
It
net
is a
worth
safe lane, but-
is 500 behind, or 600 behind that of the Bloodseeker at the moment.
Which makes sense, though. It's a mid lane. It's a mid lane Bloodseeker who got first blood as well. Mid lane has more creeps as well, too.
It's got more than the Pugna then.
Yeah, it's just concerning that he dies right away when he has that type of advantage. There's no way that they can really help him with the Chen and the Earth Spirit at this moment in time. It's pretty much strictly up to Yepsor to get those counter ganks, and they're looking to try to go on QO here when he uses Blood Rage.
But again, that Observer Ward, it sees too much.
Yeah, it sees everything.
Yep. So what do you even do here as Team Secret? Even if you want to smoke up, you're not exactly certain where the vision's going to be. So mid one initiated on Yapsor and Puppy. They're actually watching this mid lane, and they still can't stop it. The Rupture is on Puppy. That's a level 3 Chen with nowhere to really survive. Rocks or not, Febby will charge in as only on one of the creeps, not on a hero. So 2 heroes lost for Team Secret. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, MP is sucking Fada dry. He'll TP out the Nether Blast. He'll connect.
Oh, raindrop save.
Yep.
The raindrop initially
Protection.
saved him from the first blast and then the secondary blast as well, so successful there. But, I mean, QO is snowballing pretty out of control in this mid lane.
God, Febby's a dick. Takes the haste rune, takes the bounty rune. Mid one just can't catch a break at all.
I mean, Forev is, you know, this offlane bounty, he's level 4. He's not finding a whole lot of last hits or anything, but all he really needs to do is get level 6 and start throwing those tracks for the Bloodseeker to go crazy.
Yeah. This feels like
Febby.
that sack lane, right? Like you just accept the fact this isn't going to work. It's almost the same as like a support bounty hunter, even though he is in the 3 role.
Look at them just ruining mid one's life. Dubu and Febby. They know he's going to go back toward that mid lane now soon. They're probably going to ward behind the tower, get ready for a setup onto the mid gank as this Ember Spirit comes back in.
There's pressure applied to bottom lane too as to give Fada like pause for concern.
Yeah.
Like he's going to hit level 6 now. The creep wave comes onto the tower, but it's still heavy danger zone. And Febby
He could die here.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, they cancel. Okay. It's a little bit too far. There's no Ember Spirit on the map. They don't want to get counter ganked. That's the way that they fall back behind. His TP was still on cooldown, but they don't know that.
No.
Not really.
You probably don't even care anyway, right? Like as long as you can get MP in range of the tower, he's still going to bring it down.
Yeah.
Both the mid as well as the bot tower for Team Secret licking wounds.
And that's with the Chen lineup too. So the early game is extremely important for them to not lose their tower so they don't get invaded on too soon. But now Ace is online on that Huskar at least in the armlet factor. You still need a little bit more because you want to get higher levels in that Berserker Blood since it's not really great magic resistance early on. But Puppy at least finds a D ward. They were well aware that that was there, and as mentioned, Immortals did put that mid ward behind the tower so they can try to go for those dives and take the tower.
Yeah. Puppy probably felt very happy the fact he got rid of that Observer Ward just to not really restrict the vision. Again, the ward game of Immortals on point, just like game 1.
They really understand like the comeback mechanic for a team. So that you know the Ember Spirit's going to go jungle, they put one ward on the side there, and then you know that you want to take that mid tower early on, so you put that other one behind it. And now they can give Febby the mid lane to soak some experience, and QO can rotate. QO is very fast right now. Huskar, of course, sitting low. It's also the beauty of having Bloodseeker versus Huskar is Huskar tends to be sitting at low HP throughout majority stages of the game.
Yep.
And
So you're
phase
always
drum
buffed.
on QO. Very different kind of build coming out from him.
Yeah, this is that early aggression, and they're going to try and fight up on top lane. So Rupture is available. The second Ace gets hit by that, then this fight is over. But they don't see him just yet, but QO moves up. Now they see him. He actually waits out, doesn't use the Rupture straight off, and now he does. Ace being charged forward. Mid one's going to arrive, but there's not a lot he can really do. The Cold Embrace is on QO. Mid one looking for that burn damage from his Flame Guard, and now in comes Febby. Doesn't actually get a bit of a chain batch onto mid one, who'll Ember Spirit himself back over to where Puppy is farming. So a 1-for-1 trade-off on the top lane, but it's great for mid one. That's some good catch-up money and experience.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But you're still going to lose your tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that's the only problem. That they're not going to gain any real objective outfit from Secret. And that's their safe laner dying again.
They're smoking.
The
Team
pure
Secret in the bottom river.
So much pure damage coming out from Bloodseeker, both the Blood Rite as well as the Rupture.
Are they trying to catch the retreating heroes? Dubu's already moving back out, and does he he's not close enough to Puppey. He'll be close enough to YapzOr, so he'll break the smoke on YapzOr. A quick kick silence, charge coming into YapzOr. That Spirit Breaker is going to go straight through the Chen. Maybe not when YapzOr just rolling boulders forward, and Dubu caught on the cliffside. He's got Splinter Blast available, throws it out. The damage is high into YapzOr. Forev dusted up for the moment, but they take the Spirit Breaker out of the fight. Thanks to Fada with this Chaos effect. Ember Spirit dies in the meantime as well. They're looking for another target, and the charge forward will actually grant it for Febby. The Brewmaster split wearing off in a fraction of a second, and that Earth Brewling, Fada actually left it there in the middle of the Immortal lineup. They're dropping like flies here, Team Secret. Fada will fall to MP's Nether Blast. And Immortals, fantastic moment for them. This is momentum, and this is Bounty Hunter having level 6 during that fight.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the synergy with Secret's lineup to be able to use the Huskar, and they picked the Huskar into Bloodseeker, so he's always low, so Bloodseeker's always just zooming around the map at 450 movement speed. We see the mid one just dies, and so maybe we're gonna get a cleanup kill though onto MP here. So that's quite nice. Big chunk of gold every time they get kills on the Secret, but they're not able to really play like their Chen Huskar kind of lamp. They want to be able to group up around the Husk with the Chen creeps, but unable to at this point in time.
Huskar's about to fight bottom. He triggers the Vitality. He's looking for the jump onto Febby, and now Arctic Burn Dubu just backs it out.
Yeah. That was the first split usage by Secret too. The big team fight ability that they do have. And Immortals just steamroll through him
top lane, mid one. He's Rupture for the moment. BT's just got delivered. Oh wait, he'll cancel it. He's got bottle charges, so he spirits forward, looks for the kill onto QO. Now the Rupture is down. Mid one feels like he's got more strength, but this bottom lane is just waiting for an attack. Rev will find a different target. It's going to be Puppey over in the tree lines. And with level 4 Shuriken Toss, the damage is so high. He wants that kill while bottom lane's being initiated on. The curse is on Ace. For Rev, he wants to finish the job, but now the fighter is here. He won't really get it. And both lanes, well, it will actually be the mid. Puppey will die. For Rev will be able to reach him with that last toss to get the kill.
This is a farmed bounty hunter. This offlane bounty's going ham. He's 4-1 and 4. Getting involved in everything. He's got drums up as well now if he wants to.
Ooh, here they go. In deep, and Febby. Oh, he charges away when you jump in. Puppey will see him leave, but there's not much he can do about it.
They're just unable to match this aggression from Immortals at this time. They don't have level 6 on YapzOr either, right? Yeah, he's still level 5, 12 minutes in. Really suffering.
Oh, Daya just scanned. They scan looking for MP's rotations. This is why mid one's now jumped into Spirit. But you've got Rupture up. They'll Decrepify. They'll Drain. A Spirit jump. He's just got enough distance on it where he's not really going to get hurt just yet until the Decrepify will connect. A charge coming in. Spirit Breaker will arrive. The Rupture's almost killed him off. But it's the buffed up Bloodseeker. That high movement speed. And it's all because Ace is on basically no life whatsoever. They're stunning on QO. But he is still living through all of this. Running away while Team Secret die. You've got the track on a Fada with the Brewmaster split down. Febby just jumps in, gives him the stun. Fada will try and survive, but Decrepified, TP begins. Where's your stun? There it is. Dubu brings the curse to bear, and Fada wants to run out of the Blood Right, so at least he doesn't take the damage from that. Denying himself is the only way out here. MP will not allow it. Fada will die to him, and this is now becoming the easiest game for Immortals.
It really is a disaster. The only thing that Secret can really do to come back is take fights around the Magnetize with their Spirit, and yeah, Puppey. Getting stalked.
It's the fact that Forever's here as well. That's a level 4 Shuriken Toss of Fireball. You don't even have Nether Strike, but it's not required. Everyone's getting money from all of these kills. 7k advantage now for Immortals.
How do they fight into Immortals lineup? This Pugna and Winter Wyvern Cavern that they opened with from Immortals, it seems to be just way too much for them to just walk into. It's too much damage.
Mid one again.
Q is just throwing Ruptures.
Yep.
Like, ah, here you go. It's off cooldown.
He's almost got BKB. Like, you want full like fighting from QO now with like BKB. Where's that damage that you can inflict on the Bloodseeker?
There is none. It's very minimal on the side of Secret. Pretty much only physical is coming out from Huskar, and his damage early on is mostly from the Burning Spears. He's actually prioritizing leveling the Inner Vitality over Berserker Flood.
Maybe he's trying to keep his life up, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of a Huskar.
That's the bizarre thing. That's why the panel, why we were all kind of curious of them picking it into a Bloodseeker.
Yep. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's just very hard to play. That's all. That's what we're really seeing. Secret just off to a very tough start. YapzOr, we rarely see these kind of performances from him. 0-1 still, unable to get involved.
Penitence onto Dubu, but when that curse is on mid 1, doesn't have a lot to work with. They're sending mid 1 back, and rightly so. The Spirit Breaker charges forward, so there'll be the stun, but the Chen Sen back will do its work. But so does the Splinter Blast.
And
Puppey copping way too much damage to stay alive.
Oh, they kill all the creeps too.
They're going to kill mid. Forever triggers drop charges. No, I thought MP was going to dive on that. But they're going to take the tower anyway, so I suppose they are killing something. This is Immortals who are finding kills, but also taking objectives. The difference between Game 1 and Game 2.
They're just massive, though. They have top 3 net worth. The Bounty Hunter, the Pugna, and the Bloodseeker are all just absolutely cruising. Building toward Baroche potential later on with the Solar Crest going to be coming up in 4F. So they're actually pinging out already. They have Blood Rage. They have Medallion. They can start to pressure it.
When your Brewmaster has less net worth than the Spirit Breaker,
yeah,
life is hard.
3, 0, and 8 on Febby, finding all the perfect charge connections, but mostly just the damage that they're able to put out, so QO can just go berserk in these fights, and Secret can't walk into this Wyvern Pugna. They just can't. They can't get like the group together for Secret. Like Secret wants to be able to have a 5-man unit to kind of go into a fight with Brewmaster or with Huskar, but they're just getting ran at by Immortals. This is just typical Immortals kind of doing what they do and having a very strong start.
Yep. So Aegis the Immortal onto QO. They're going to back up Shrine, then look for another fight. And Team Secret, oh God, they got to wish they had some level of money. Like, Arcane Boots is a struggle for Fada to buy, and you'll be able to buy them now, but you're 16.5 minutes in for that extra mana pull. Rupture on top lane, mid 1 again. Gonna slide a fist, jump away.
He's just forcing them back every single time they're split pushing. I mean, the key is really going to be Yapso and Fada to try to make some miraculous stuff happen in the fights with Magnetize.
Secret are
and
coming
split.
to fight. They're gonna double damage on Ace.
But Immortals is all around.
Here's the rolling boulder forward. They're going to get the stun kick onto MP, but the curse. Dubu's there at the right place, and Earth Spirit as a double damage Huskar that just ripped apart his own teammate. Ace is getting drained out. No way he can really survive this, but at least he can bring Forev down with him. The Burning Spears go to work. But then again, so does QO. They want to keep that Earth Brewling alive because you know who's coming back into it. It's the Blink Dagger on the Brewmaster to the tree lines. The stun's available. It's the Yule Scepter on MP. Fada, no way to escape this. Locked in the trees, and Immortals giving him a big brew hug.
Very good itemization by MP there. I was going to say, I hope that they build a Yule Scepter at some point since Spirit Breaker and Shuriken was with the Wyvern.
Did he actually have? Yeah,
he's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, he's got to have a defensive spirit.
Febby itemizing toward a pipe as well now, so just negating all the damage that Secret will have whenever they do.
Here's that initiation. I wonder if this also reeks a little bit of desperation from Secret, knowing they need a kill, they need a pick off.
I do think so. Like, look at the map. Just look at the mini map. They've got no control of this game whatsoever at the current state it's in.
They did, however, get 654 gold for that kill onto Forev. The Bounty Hunter is worth that much. So you got money into the Huskar, which will allow him to finish up the Halberd at least. So that's an upside.
They're just such a massive deficit. I don't even know what Halberd does. He's not even that durable on the Huskar with only 3 points in Berserker Blood. He still takes so much magical damage, and it's not only a 10,000 gold lead, it's a 7,500 experience lead for Immortals as well, and it's only 18 minutes in. It's just going to get more and more painful. Now, they're already starting to threaten with Blood Rage plus Pugna Blast onto the high ground.
All out of towers, killed by 18.5 minutes. MP has Ether Lens as well as his Yule, so he's got all the mana in the world. He's actually going to get the kill on Brewmaster. Fada will fall. Yapsor's going down as well. QO is perfectly buffed. Puppey will walk in. They may even just call this right now. There's no way to really repel Immortals. It's 19 minutes into the game, and Team Secret are basically like lambs to the slaughter here. Immortals, they own this game. They own Team Secret.
Yeah, this is a absolute blunder. It is just sitting on the back, draining with Blood Rage. And they're going to continue throwing the blast. Decent change from mid-1.
Nah, he's going to cancel the Nether Strike. That's actually a big change. Forev and QO, really low. Fada, he started the split but got cursed up. Ace has almost killed him, and he will die to the Splinter Blast as well as Febby charging through. Oh boy.
They got QO.
They did get QO. Febby will fall directly after. Team Secret, this is really happening again, just like game 1. Team Secret defending the high ground. They brought down the big problem maker. Forever still there fighting, but MP, the second problem maker. Finding the kill onto Yapsor. hunting in the tree lines. Ace will move over. Life breaks available. Jumping down to MP. Begins his TP with the Decrepify and Huskar. No way to attack into him. So Team Secret. This is almost a carbon copy. They lose the tier 3 tower, but they defend the racks.
They've got a much higher gold advantage this time around. And the thing is that Immortals kind of stuck on the high ground, and they're playing versus like a bunch of level like 6 and 7 heroes that respawn quite fast.
The advantage of having your base pushed 20 minutes in.
Do I see everybody queuing up a Blade Mail? I see a lot of heroes on the side of Immortals queuing up Blade Mail, but here we do see the fight, yep. Look at poor Fada, unable to do anything. Yapsor gets a decent initiation, but yeah, it's just at this point still a little bit too late, and Immortals going to continue the train running at Secret.
Yeah, wise there from Immortals. This time learning from their mistake. Don't fight underneath the enemy shrine.
Yeah.
Especially when mid one has a perfect control against your initiator.
You can feel the desperation though from Secret. Blink on mid one before he has anything. Bots into Blink. He doesn't have Veil. He doesn't have any other type of build. He's going to gun on right away.
Yeah.
They're going to try for the charge silence combo.
Do they have it? No, straight to Nether Strike. Quick slide of fist into the trees. Mid one. He'll be fine for the moment. Fada is the man who's running away.
They're just drawing the lines. Look at that. Dubu says push mid, push top.
Ace
Don't let Secret out of their base, pretty much.
Watching Ace trying to hold this perfect limit where he tries not to buff up QR.
I mean, he buffs him up anyway. It's 465 movement speed Bloodseeker. Already going to have Radiance very soon, too. They can wait if they want to, but knowing Immortals, they're going to continue just running at the buildings, continuing to try to force Secret back at all times.
Yeah, there's two shrines to kill, and Roshan will be up in 2.5 minutes.
They'll do that, though. Okay.
Yeah, find kills outside the base if you can within that 2.5 minutes. Then establish vision control. As long as there's no shrines for Team Secret to jump in behind, it's not like you can have shenanigans from Fada. Because I'm thinking maybe that's the only way you can approach this, where Team Secret have to loop around. And a TP to a shrine with a blinking clap to split from Fada. That'll work. This, however, will make life a little bit harder. It's just Febby versus mid one. I suppose he does have Wild Wings helping him out.
Should be fine, yeah. But yep. Febby's no fear versus an Ember Spirit at this moment in time with Pipe, 1800 HP. They're going for some picks here. Yaps are getting caught. Oh! The Dagon plus the Nether Ward.
Yeah, that hurts. Mid one, careful how many abilities you're going to use. The Hand of God's committed forever so low. The clap from Fada. That will find the kill. Puppey, a little bit of trouble as Febby has initiated in. They got a little bit of help further to the north, and that's the Pugna who's in the neighborhood. A quick little storm brewing will send him up into the air, and now he'll hit the deck, follow the stuns, controlling up MP. They need to hold him there while the backlines. Puppey caught out by the Spirit Breaker. You've got the curse at least, but MP has fallen. Mid one will find that one. Here goes your curse, just holding the Brewmaster in position, and you are right. On bottom lane, that's exactly what QO is doing, taking a tier 3 tower, but really, is the cost going to be good enough? QO at least jumps away under the cover of BKB, backing off from Huskar, who's ruptured, and Huskar knows he cannot keep this chase going, but they need this kill. The kick is perfect. Fada again with a clap. Much needed kills. Really good money arriving from him. And Immortals. Kill after kill is happening. Mid one wants to trigger off the shrine. Is he baiting them in with low life underneath the shrine? He was probably just waiting for Yamsel so he can get some mana, but now Febby has moved in deep. The cold embrace is there, so Febby secured for the moment, but Ace to the front lines, the charge forward. Febby needs to keep the Nether Strike, keep that control up. Ace has the regeneration. Febby, the kick, it'll connect. It's just enough damage to send him over the edge. Is it with the one Burning Spear tick? It won't be enough. Farev has died to mid one, however, but they don't claim as many as they would probably like, but hey, Team Secret will take anything they can at the moment. That's a good fight for them.
Immortals getting very split up there. QO going bottom to be a bit greedy, his team fighting top, and then after he dies, they still run bottom, even though Pugna's not there, and they try to take a 3v5 engagement. That just shows that they're feeling very confident in the way they're in the current state of the game.
The double halberd on Huskar. Thoughts?
He did go too, huh?
He did.
A lot of evasion. It's good. I mean, it's a good item. It's one of the best items on Huskar. I think he just needs like cheap items that he could pick up like that so they can actually get into the fights.
It's just funny to see that when you don't even have strength treads.
No room for upgrading boosts on this here.
Not when you need to afford a secondary halberd. Oh, Decrepify up on top, looking for the damage with the Dagon. hoped the Netherward would do enough damage to charge. Reveals the fact that mid one hasn't gone back far enough yet. But he has Blink Dagger, he's got Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. Febby knows he can't find that kill.
Now Immortals is grouping up, though. They recognize that last one was a bit greedy by them. Everyone getting split up.
They're smoke ganking.
Yeah.
They're coming in. They don't have a Shrine available anymore. Rolling Boulder from YapzOr gets the kick in silence. Is over onto the Wyvern. Can they kill him in time? The life is being given from MP into the Wyvern to keep him alive while Huskar ruptured. So all he can do is stand and fight against QO. And Immortals know this. They're backing up. They're trying to split this fight up so Ace has no real effect. So that's exactly what they've done. Into the back lines, killing off the Chen. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off. QO moving like Speedy Gonzalez all the way down south for a little bit of regeneration while mid one sucked out dry by MP. Ace wants to go in once more with that live break, but yours defensive, but they cut enough damage. The Burning Spears is still doing work, and Huskar is a real hero. They're not getting enough damage into him to pick him off. QO is coming back into the back lines, looking just to snipe out the support heroes.
They're kiting
playing
around.
this almost like a Queen of Pain. Ace, will he finally fall down with the Blade Pelt from Forever? It's too easy to tick him out, and Team Secret losing a lot of heroes in this. But the two big problem cause for Immortals still remain alive.
Dubu lived an incredibly long time there from MP. MP giving him that life drain. Was extremely nice to be able to get all the spells up. But you still see the power. The Huskar can actually stand toe-to-toe with this Alberdine, but once his teammates start dying, once the disables are gone, he just can't move.
That's where Fada has more work on his shoulders. The Searing Chains needs to work even harder. How do you even stop this? The bottom lane's being taken out now by Immortals. They started this work 6 minutes ago, and they're looking to finish it.
It's just the range racks they end up getting, though.
Yeah, they didn't go for the melee.
Yeah, they didn't have MP there because he was still dead from earlier. They need to just continue this, though. Group up. Probably go for the Roche next for Immortals. Keep vision, though. This Huskar is definitely a problem. They have to make sure they clean up the rest of the heroes first. And they're going to take a fight mid, maybe.
Yeah, mid one. He's pretty exposed. The Searing Chain's not catching heroes, only the creeps at the moment. Mid one, Sleight of Fist. Where's that Spirit back? They've got it. And Ace, maybe a little bit too close up at the moment. And he's also insanely mindful about the double blade mounts which are available. Both Bounty Hunter as well as Spirit Breaker. The heroes he wants to kill.
Solo Crest with Blood Rage. This Roche should die fairly quickly, but Secret does want to take the engagement. It is under... They are tracked, though, with the smoke. Dubu walks up, breaks it.
Yeah, Immortals. They don't want to be caught instead of Roshan. They definitely don't want to be caught with Roshan low doing half of the work for Team Secret.
If YapzOr dies... If they can pick off YapzOr in the fights, it's impossible for Secret to really take a proper engagement. They have to keep YapzOr very safe. Mid one trying to do what he can to get this Radiance, but he's caught up quite well on that Ember. Remember, he had bots, blink, and nothing else. Now he's got a full relic, 1k from that rad.
This is what happens when you find kills in the engagements. When you're this far behind from Team Secret. I get for a moment they actually zeroed the experience advantage. Only for a very small moment. The gold, however, is a different story. That's still always been the way of Immortals.
That is pretty crazy. They're going for the charge. They want to initiate. As long as they can get the
They're
initiation.
looking at Fada.
Oh, Fada's super dead.
He's toast. He has buyback available, so if they want to commit, you can only TP to the tier 3 tower. That's the issue. So, well, he does it. Rolling boulder forward. YapzOr able to get the kick and silence onto Wyvern, turning on the Magnetines over on 4. Febby, however, in the back lines. Team
QO's
Secret
massive.
can't bring their back lines to the front, and this is why they couldn't do the damage. They couldn't capitalize on the space created by YapzOr, but maybe they can do it with brute strength. Ace standing his ground against both Febby and MP. He has the life to work with. The one charge is bringing him back up again. Febby's Blade Mail will wear off in a second. Huskar needs this kill. They need to find the opening. Even the Saturn Blast just walking around to help out. They found another target. Quick clap, not going to find it. MP able to blink out after the Yules.
QO's already down to 5-second BKB. So he runs in and they actually cannot kill this Huskar. He is a massive problem. Even though Fada dies before the fight starts, they force a buyback and they kill the majority of the rest of them. It still is a Huskar who's making a lot of space for this Ember Spirit to catch back up. Mid one now with the Radiance finished.
So now you got missed chances kicking in on multiple fronts. QO's almost finished his Manta. Actually, sorry, that is his Manta, right?
Should be, yep.
Yeah, Courier didn't go to the secret shop, however. Duo is too focused on getting Roshan. Yeah, now it's moving back, realizing what it failed to do, but mid lane initiation is out. Winter Wyvern, Dubu gonna end up falling pretty quickly. The Rupture is out once more. This time it's on Ace, and he just stands his ground until Puppey can send him back safely. Dubu gonna try and make the most out of the fact the Huskar isn't here. Charging forward to Yamsor, who rolling boulders away to a little bit further to safety. Mid one, maybe not so lucky. Puppey with both Hand of God as well as Meg is not enough to keep the Ember Spirit alive. That's a big kill. He bought out to have that Radiance. Puppey will fall as well. No buyback from him as the Shuriken Toss cancels the TP from Fada. Bouncing off the corpse of Yapsor into the Brewmaster. And this started to look better for Team Secret, but it escalated quickly. 4 heroes down, no buybacks available, and the one sole remaining hero charging forward. Febby will catch him out. You can turn on the Blade Mail. There's nothing Ace can really do to fight this. Rupture's off cooldown in 8 seconds time as well, but Immortals is looking for Rax.
It's objective time, finally. Everybody's dead. This is when Immortals can actually hit buildings.
Chen's alive, yay, but is it Chen now? Yeah. He's got a Sada Tormentor to try and help with the defense.
Secondary Rax cleaned up.
Oh, that's a level 3 Dagon. Oh, and the Shuriken Toss. And they get the track beforehand. 22k gold advantage.
This is it. Yeah, this is it now. They're going to get the last set. Last effort for Secret. They're probably just going to charge in.
Yeah, jump forward. Ace is giving it a crack. He's just trying to bait them into a fight closer towards the fountain. So when you get the Ember back up, they'll have something to fight with. Huskar has buyback, and this is the moment. They have to find the kill. So Spirit Breaker getting Searing Chained on the steps of the fountain. They're TPing forward. Huskar needs to jump onto QO. Rupture is not available. The Nether one, however, will cause a couple of problems. Ace will turn around and pick it off pretty quickly. But because they're doing that, there's no chase onto the Immortal heroes.
They go for kills again instead of cleaning up the racks. Immortals is crazy. They're like, we can get Megas, or we can kill this guy.
Yeah. Hey, Team Secret put the bait down.
They did put the bait down, that's true.
Yeah.
But they fell for it. But it's still, you know, it's 24k lead. It's very commanding. And as a Huskar lineup, you ideally want to be able to get the first Rosh. You want to have a clear-cut advantage. Playing at a detriment is extremely difficult.
They're going again on mid. Oh, okay, the blink forward into the fight.
Oh,
so Ace can jump. He actually went for a mid one. They'll get the hit. Bounty Hunter will fall. Winter Wyvern will join him, and they're looking for a third. The Yules, actually it was the Storm Bruling, sending QO up. Can they control him long enough to get the kill? No! They jumped on the illusion! They didn't realize which one was the real one until now they send him up in the air, dropping him down. A little bit of a mistiming with the kick and boulder, so QO can trigger his BKB, looking for the opening. The Rupture's on mid one. Team Secret, they tried to be ballsy. They tried to go in, and now the poles are being severed. Team Secret neutered in this mid lane. Ace is trying to fight it out, but Forev will bring him down.
QO with the outplay there. The Manta dodge. He Manta sends his illusion down. Secret falls for it. Buys him enough time to have his BKB up. MP was Blood Raged. Gets insta-bursted by Remnants as we see here. Beautiful combos coming in from Secret as well. And then this is where it comes down. QO.
Watch it.
Look at how... Look, 10 seconds till his BKB's up. This was so well played actually by him. Micros them both down. They expect that the rooted one is not actually the real one. Except for mid one. Mid one seemed to know. He was pinging him out from the start, but still a pretty big play there, individual by QO.
Back into the charge. Fada close to base. Puppey here with mid one, who bought back, and again Febby way too close to that fountain. He's got a lot to survive with.
And now
it's spying space for Immortals to take now the Mega's up. Yapsor. It's a nice kick, but Forev has his PKB up and running. Megas are there, and MP will initiate the quick Decrepify Drain Dagon Blast. A Brewmaster cannot survive this, and Febby, Nether Strike's available. Maybe a little bit too close to the fountain for his liking.
He's teasing him.
He really is. This is a message sent by Immortals to every other team that's there. Kick him in, he'll charge out. But with the curse, they want to battle in, and they are farming the fountain of the Team Secret heroes. Your base is Immortals' base. QO will die to the fountain.
They're calling it, yeah. It's
GG.
Damn over. Wow, Immortals making the Outplane Bounty Hunter work, but...
I don't know if that was really the secret to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think
it felt like the other lanes were the stronger ones that made it work.
They put so much pressure onto like Brew, Yapsor, unable to find successful rotations. Same thing with Puppey and this Bloodseeker, just non-stop running at like 650 movement speed throughout majority of the fights. On top of this Pugna who can force objectives at all times. It just, I mean, Pugna Wyvern seems like a pretty damn strong opener to me. I really like the way Immortals played around it as well.
It is really good to have Immortals back and on LAN and playing this type of Dota.
Dude, look at this. It's 67 kills. It's 34 minutes in. They have 45 kills.
It is a caster's dream. It is a viewer's dream. You want reasons to have more people tune into these games? Immortals is exactly that. Terrific Dota from them. Can't wait to watch them in the winners bracket final, which I believe is our next match coming up.
Yeah.
And boy, like what was the old thing with them? Like when they played as MVP, people are like, oh, how do you play against us? They're always aggressive. You can't work out your normal timings, and you can't draft against it either.
And that's exactly what's kind of happening. They're just forcing engagement so much that Secret's just kind of thrown off guard. I mean, seeing Puppey and YapzOr, Puppey 0-12 on his signature Chen that I don't think they've lost with in quite a long time.
Yep.
2-10 on YapzOr.
Is that it seems like the confidence too, right? You said it perfectly. Chen banned in the first game, not in the second. Immortals are getting stronger. I cannot wait to see them advance in this tournament.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
Welcome back to the panel. Let's dissect series number 2 of the day. What a demonstration that was from Immortals. The South Koreans absolutely destroying Team Secret 2-0 with a thoroughly convincing second game as well. I know that you sat there watching that, Winter, with your kind of a bit of despair as far as Secret were concerned, because they're just, I mean, there was nothing in there that you can really take out of it that was positive for them. They lost the lanes, they lost the mid-game, and they lost the match pretty easily in the end. Why did it go so badly wrong for them?
A lot of it had to do before the game started when they were drafting their lineup, and it felt like both games, they reached the same junction, and the captain looks at the carry player. What do you think is good this game? And he gives an answer. Because it felt like the last pick always didn't, in both games, didn't really fit well with the first 4 that the captain put together.
Right. I mean, the sad fact is, yeah, the Huskar didn't work on this particular occasion. It has done in the past for them. The Arc Warden arguably was okay in the first game, though.
He was actually doing... I mean, he was doing
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. Doing bad at the start. Then his team created this bunch of space for him to farm and try and get his items back on track.
But they weren't allowed to do that in this game, Ben, were they? I mean, it was just
No.
ultra aggression from the old MVP Big Immortals team. Now that old school aggression, just never letting anyone settle anywhere.
They were just much better at the mid-game team fights. This was one of the ones that after I saw this, I was like, oh my god, Secret are in a terrible position. They try and smoke, they got split up, they try and catch a Winter Wyvern, he goes uphill, and then they end up giving 3 track kills and losing the Brute ultimate after this. You're chain feeding versus a bounty hunter. Like, chain feeding's already bad as is, but when you pick a Brewmaster to win those mid-game team fights and you lose those fights and things just go this poorly, you can see the look of despondency in Fonda's faces. He knows, like, this is not going well. And they have a Huskar on top of that. Yeah. Huskar can only do so much in the first, 20 minutes of the game.
I mean, you pretty much don't want to be losing at
Ever.
the start
Yeah.
if you're a Huskar. The thing is, all their lanes were difficult because BS got a really good 1v1 matchup, and we discussed on the panel before, everyone would be fighting a lot. You'll be low HP, and the Bloodseeker is just going to get this bunch of damage in the lane, and he's going to just beat whoever you put in the mid lane. And bottom lane didn't go well too. Pugna against the Brewmaster. Fata had a really hard time in that lane. And it was pretty much Chen not winning any of the lanes. He was playing top, trying to secure the Huskar's lane. Huskar got an okay-ish start. I wouldn't say he's poor, I wouldn't say he is fat. He was okay, but the other 2 lanes suffered too much.
As the commentary team said, Ben, not often we look at a game like this where Puppey's on a signature hero like Chen, where he goes 0-12.
Well, you also have to look at it aside from Immortals, where they have one of their signature heroes is in the Bounty Hunter, which is very good versus Chen. Bounty Hunter's very uncommon. I would say sometimes it's position 4 in China, but very rarely.
It goes both ways though. I think if the Chen has a good game,
Mm-hmm.
you group up your team together, you push,
Yep.
then the bounty becomes a liability to the opposing team because you don't do anything. We were kind of caught by surprise with the offlane bounty. We were expecting Wyvern to be offlane, and maybe a double melee roam, bounty to follow the Chen. That was what I had in mind when I saw the drafts. I didn't expect an offlane bounty hunter. But like you mentioned, the track actually made a huge difference in this game. Made it very difficult for Secret to actually recover their deficit. They did win a couple of team fights at the end, you know, 1 or 2.
Yep. But they don't. That's the thing. They don't have a choice but to fight though. Like you can only do so much with the lineup. You can't split push with the Huskard. It's just not happening. You can't take it late with Huskard too. So you have to fight into them, and that's really just playing into Immortals' hands. And again, this Pugna in the team fights is just very incredibly strong.
Just
it doesn't seem to matter who plays it in this team.
Yeah.
Just the lanes though. I think they lost their lanes way too hard. Like losing 3 lanes. This is just very, very bad.
So see some signs of life with the double halberd. That was quite the controversy.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Well, I actually don't think it. The alternative is what? Solar Crest, BKB, Satanic, right? Those are your 3 options. I don't think he's rich enough to get Satanic, so we can knock that off. So you have what? Solar Crest. He doesn't really need the armor that much. It only really helps if he gets cursed or if Bloodseeker's on him. But Bloodseeker also has a lot of pure damage, and he went for Radiance.
So pretty much nothing that he builds will be
it's not
useful.
that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the extra strength would be better than the armor from the Solar Crest. Again, this is just speculation, but I can't really see another reason why you would get it over something else.
Okay, we're going to get some words now from a member of the winning team of our second series. MP should be able to join us now from the player area. Good afternoon, MP. Well done.
Good afternoon.
Nice of you to join us. We've got Winter alongside me as well as Malina, who's going to pop a few questions. I just wanted to say, like, what is it about this team? And when you guys come back together after being away and split up and then come back together again, you all seem to just gel and it all works and it's super aggressive and it's fun to watch. Are you playing that way? Does it feel like that to you in game?
Well, our playstyle, it's made from, well, I guess, playing a lot of scrims, and following one player, giving him all the power in the team, following him, that's what makes everything. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's fun to watch. We certainly enjoyed watching it anyway. I'm sure you enjoyed playing that second game. What was the thoughts behind the Pugna switch?
The Pugna switch is just to win the lanes, because, well, all 3 of us can play Pugna.
Yeah.
So, well, if you see a better hero for a last pick, we'll just switch it up, and anyone can play the Pugna.
So nice and flexible in the draft for you as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Winter, you got any questions?
Do you enjoy playing with QO? He farms a lot though.
I mean, I do enjoy playing with him. It's really fun to play when you're winning, of course. When you're losing, it's really sad. But yeah, I do enjoy playing with him. I've been playing together for a long time, and well, as long as we win, I think we'll all enjoy ourselves.
So I guess I have 2 questions. Firstly, is there any bad blood in between you and Secret? I know that might be a touchy subject, but I want to. You can make it as generic.
Well, I'm really good friends with all of them. Not all of them, the old members. I don't have any bad blood within them.
Cool. Just curious.
Yeah.
And then secondly, do you enjoy playing the 2 or the 1 role? I remember playing against you guys in Korea. It was like, oh god, MP, we have to ban this Tinker out in the mid lane because you were the scariest mid at the time.
Well, I don't know anymore. I've been switching from 1 and 2 for like 3 straight years. Yeah, you don't know anymore. Just play anything your team gives you.
Yeah, well, we like your team, we like your flexibility, we like your playstyle. Good luck further in the tournament.
All right, thank you.
It's good stuff. Thank you very much, MP, for joining us. We'll get more from you, hopefully, over the next few days as well. So MP there from Immortals, they have won their opening match. Then they'll feature in the winners bracket match, of course, which will come along on our next part. We're just going to wrap things up with the scoreboard and give you the MVP for this particular matchup. And as we look at the scoreboard, do you feel like they've got a chance of winning this Open in Bucharest? Do you feel like that's that kind of play style could carry them all the way through?
We aren't sure because I think when we were speculating before this matches today, we thought that Group B will be stronger than Group A.
Yep.
So unsure. We need to see how Group B is because
still it's a good start though.
Yeah,
it's a good
it's a wonderful start.
Fantastic start for them. MVP for this one. Who would you pick out? It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
it's always a team effort, you know, from this team, from QO's team. It's kind of hard. Unless he gets like really, really far ahead, he snowballs a lot.
But even then, it's because of his team.
Yeah. I guess the bounty, because of the
Bounty,
track.
yeah. Forev, Pugna game number 1.
Yeah.
Bounty game number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so we give it to Forev.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was pretty flexible as well, wasn't it? Moving around.
It's also like the picks in the certain roles that we had, because you were talking about like, oh yeah, they probably asked Ace what he wanted in that safe laner, and he probably said those heroes, which didn't work out.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but it just feels like both games at the same junction.
Yep.
The captain had a pretty solid draft build up, and the last pick feels like it just doesn't fit in, you know. It just feels a bit weird, the last pick.
It could have also been like, oh, we have last pick, we need to use it on something special, and then they kind of next level themselves.
But you need to think about whether the special pick wins you the game. It doesn't matter if the special pick doesn't work. It's like this game, you had a really, really hard Huskar game.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You can't win the game with the Huskar.
Do you feel like maybe they went down a road and they thought they could get the Brood, and then that's what?
I think you fourth pick it there. You already
Yeah,
see
I mean,
some
if that's
of the
what was going to
cores.
be, if that was their plan all along, you would fourth pick that, wouldn't you?
And also, they're really good with the Brood. So I think like maybe teams that are worse with Brood, they have to save it for fifth. But with really good teams, you can pick it fourth. I think Liquid picks it third sometimes.
Yeah, there was this game. It was third pick because both teams were like trying to get the Brood, so they just picked it up faster than their opponent.
Yeah, that can happen as well. All right, thank you very much, gents. We're headed to a break. Got one more series to come, of course, though. More Dota 2 on the way, and of course 3 more days after this as well, so don't go too far away. As I said, we're heading to a break right now. Next matchup, though, is the winners' match in Group A, and it will decide the first team through to the semi-final, and perhaps more importantly, who gets to spend 2 days around beautiful Bucharest.
Next matchup, LGD Gaming